so the answer to that lead source, what lead source is providing us with 70% closing ratio is... Hey, how's it going, guys? Dan Kitajima here, back with another episode of How to Grow Your Insurance Agency. Today, I want to talk to you guys about 3 things I shared with my team today. The way I started off the meeting was asking them, hey, who here wants more of the best, highest quality, the highest closing ratio leads possible? Because I always remind them that my job is to make sure they have an opportunity to win in this business financially and to also provide leads for them. So I asked them, hey, who wants it? Everybody raise your hands, obviously. And then I just wanted to share some numbers with them because it's good for them to understand the perspective as agency owners, what we go through. So I asked them, hey, what do you think I spend a month on leads? Some people were way off, way under. They didn't know how much of an investment I make. And I told them exactly how much I spend on a month on marketing. And I asked them, hey, what do you think our closing ratio is? Now that's a report that they see individually and as a team per month, so they knew what our closing ratio was. And then I even broke it down to some of the major lead sources that we purchased from. Hey, what do you think about this lead source? How much do you think our closing ratio is there? What do you think I pay per lead for this lead source? So they could get an understanding of, okay, well, if I get this lead, then I should really try my best to close it because, the financial investment that's behind that I'm putting up is more than maybe they thought. So I thought it was good for them to understand that how much of an investment I make, how much a lead costs, so that way they'll try harder to close leads when provided to them. And then I showed them some other numbers of some of the categories that had the highest closing ratio. And some of these closing ratios are, 11%, 16%. Which is kind of normal. And one of them just stood out at 70%. So it just jumped out on me when I was looking at these reports and I shared with them, hey, this one lead source is getting a 70% closing ratio. What do you think it is? And they kind of knew. Okay, so the answer to that lead source of what lead source is providing us with 70% closing ratio is referrals. So I told them, hey, moving forward, this is going to be a major strategy of how to get more referrals to our agency, because as a producer, would you rather have a lead that you're going to get 11% closure ratio or 70% closure ratio? And as an agency owner, would you rather pay for that that lead that you have to buy, or would you rather have a referral that it's going to be a much lower cost for you to generate? If you've seen some of my meetings with my team, I go over, hey, what's my job? What's your job? So I told them, hey, my job is to come up with this campaign here. I'm going to make some flyers. So whenever we sell policy, we let people know that, hey, we have a referral program. For each referral you send over to me, it'll be X amount of dollars. And then we're also going to have automated messages going out. We already have some after a sale, but we could always ask them to get more referrals. Maybe after a customer service call, just have to put them in a different stage in our CRM that says, hey, thank you for choosing us for your insurance needs again. I was happy to be able to take care of what you asked for today, but please keep in mind that we do have a referral program. This is my direct line, so please feel free to have your friends or family call me directly, and I'd be happy to take care of them as well. So some automated text messages and emails that will get sent out, just one, for asking. And then we're going to track that and see who's going to be the one asking the most, because I think that's going to be something that, everyone's competitive. So the more you track it, the more activity you're going to get off that. So I'm going to build these campaigns within our CRM system. And then also I'm looking into gift card companies, because some of the things that I run into is that, it's just a lot of work for me to mail out these gift cards. So thanks to Vlad Yurchenko, he showed me this website called tremendous.com, and it's just going to make everything so much easier. We just type in their name and it gets sent out to them with the right amount. So sending out gift cards in smaller dollar amounts too, it's going to make the operation a lot more efficient, and that way they get it sooner and more efficiently. And I think that's going to be a great way for us to just put more effort into getting more referrals. And then I asked them, hey, what's their job? Okay, their job is to just ask more often. I mean, at the very minimum, I require them to ask them when we sell a policy, because that's at their highest happiness level, I guess you could say, with us, with our experience with us. After they just bound a policy, they set up a new policy. So make sure you ask them at that very moment, so they have to do that. I think that's a habit that my producers are in, so that's great. And then, just also thanking them with a personal phone call or text message when they do refer us somebody. So I just want to make sure that we're just not getting referrals and not thanking them back for sending it to them. Although we are sending gift cards to them, we still want to just make sure we are letting them know that we're doing that and following through on our promise. Are your producers asking enough? And then also what type of incentives do you have for your customer? And whatever the incentive is, are you following through? And then also adding a personal touch as far as contacting them again and thanking them. That's the big plan here. My project that I have going on amongst many other projects, but it's not too hard to make a flyer, sales stages, CRMs, and then just tracking good behavior. So I talked about that. And then the second thing I talked about is, I always want to let them know what's on my mind. So what's on my mind right now is to grow a bigger agency, obviously. Moving over to a 6,000 square feet office next year, January 1st, which is in about less than 4 months here. There's going to be a lot of desk space here. Right now, our office fills about 15 and it's pretty much packed in here. The next office is going to fill about 30 staff members. So I told him, hey, we're going to run into a problem here. I could already see it. At 15 people, I'm already feeling pretty spread too thin as a leader. As a leader, our job is to motivate our staff members, make sure they have the right mindset, and then also to train them. Be available if they have questions and to help them know how to sell and do customer service for insurance. I feel like that's our job. And to be able to do that, we have to be available. And at 15 employees right now, I'm all over the place. I pride myself on work ethic, but I just feel like it's going to eventually get too much. I think at 15 it's already too much. Where another thing I think I have to consider is that at 15 people, I just don't know. To be able to lead somebody, you really want to be able to get to know them, what makes them tick, what motivates them, what they don't like, what type of job duties they feel comfortable in, or if they are more stronger in, and putting them in the right places. So you do really want to not only care about your staff members, but be involved in understanding them. And that takes effort and attention and time. So when you have too many employees, eventually you're going to get to a point where you just cannot be a good leader for, more than 15 people. I think maybe I would like to get down to 10. But if I'm going to build an agency that's bigger, how is that going to be possible? Well, again, I want to give credit to Vlad Turchenko for letting me breaking down his concept of a leadership position. And obviously, I'll make it my own and adapt that style. But the philosophy really is to have a leader. And I told my team today that eventually down the line, we're going to have some leaders in this office. And that leadership position is going to make that person responsible for about 3 to 5 agents. That means the leader's job is to motivate them and to train them, hold them accountable. So some of those things that they're going to have to do, which they may not be used to right now, but that's something that they're going to be able to do. I think 3 to 5 people, 3 to 5 agents is something that's totally doable, while they'll still produce and they'll be compensated not only off their base and their commission, but off their team's production too. So this way they got excited about it because that could be, another source of income for them. Whereas some sales agents may just want to sell and sell only, and that's okay. Maybe that's not the position for them, but I do see some real potential because I've had, multiple, 6 employees that's been here for over 6 years. So that's something that some of those people, or maybe someone that's newer, is interested in having that position of responsibility to make more money by providing more value to the agency. Because if 5 people are off my plate, and if I have 2 producers, and that's 10 producers that's off my plate, then I'm really only going to be, and that could keep going. And this is going to be a system that's going to be scalable that I knew I was going to run into one of these days. How am I going to be able to become that? Because that's what I am right now, is basically the manager and the leader for 15 employees. And it's going to get to a place already where it's just not sustainable. So they're excited about it. I could tell some of them were already in their minds that, hey, and I already even told them like, hey, some of these people, we already kind of know who's going to be a leader. But it did also make sure that they understand that to be a leader, we're going to have to be someone that's committed to the agency. So that shows a little bit of tenure, that you're being here, but also, your attendance record, which we track and release all the time on a monthly basis, if you're on time or not. And then, your expertise, because how can you train somebody when you don't know how to do anything? So your skill level, that's going to make a matter too. So your sales results, and then your customer service level and product knowledge, all that things. And then also, to be a great leader, I believe that you have to be respected by your team and likable. You have to know how to work with people. So those are the things I told them that I'm looking for, because if you're interested in becoming a leader, let me know, because down the line, that's going to be what's going to help us have more people make more money here, and have more of a career path, the next level to the agency here, and then a way for me to be able to have more employees in a bigger agency is by filling those leadership positions. So some of you guys maybe more in the beginning stage of insurance agency growth. I think in the beginning it's all about marketing and making sure you have enough leads and making sure you have the right producers. I think right now where I'm at, getting close to $50 million in premium, the next challenge or thought process that I'm in right now is developing leaders. And then lastly, I just wanted to share with them a story that I just found out very recent here. Just to let you guys know a little bit about my childhood. Up to age 10, I just had like a regular childhood. At age 10, my mother converted into a Jehovah's Witness. So at that time, I was having a regular childhood, but at age 10, I had to stop celebrating my birthdays, not being able to go to Halloween parties and no Christmas. And then it was kind of like the church recommendation or I guess rule, I guess you could say that you just associate yourself with other members in the church. So meaning that I kind of had to lose my friends I already had at school and I could still be friends with them, but not really associate with them after school. So I didn't really have any friends. So it kind of explains why I wasn't that good of a teenager. But anyways, I didn't have any friends, so I went to church and I just was looking for friends. And I had a guy that I met in church. He was cool. He just was someone that I kind of looked up to because he was 1 year older than me and he just was really popular and he was just a really cool kid. He was really good looking and he was just really popular. And I just thought, hey, this is cool. He speaks English, even though it was a Japanese church. And I went there and then I started being able to hang out with him, which is cool. So his house was really close. It was in Torrance. And he had three older brothers, which is also cool too, because I didn't have any brothers. So I thought, wow, that's cool. And then they'll play pickup games in their driveway. And I already played basketball, so I was like, oh, this is perfect. He had an older brother that was 3 years older than him. So, when you're like 12, 13, you really look up to people that are like, 16, 17. They had their cars and stuff like that. It was just someone I really looked up to, all of them. And then I just enjoyed their backyard, front yard basketball games in the driveway. Well, when I started having a car and as I grew older in high school, I didn't, go to church anymore. And that kind of lost touch with them. But the older brother did open up a Japanese restaurant in Lomita. So I do remember going there for a grand opening. And he had a beautiful wife, a restaurant, and he was just a great guy. And I just kind of that was that. And I just kind of went about my life. And I just visited my mom's house last week and come to find out that he passed away, which is shocking for me because just my childhood memories of what he was like, I just couldn't believe it, and come to find out that he gained a lot of weight. He was eating a lot, obviously, and then also drinking all the time too. So I just wanted to share with my team because I care about them that hey, alcohol is a real killer. We have to really be careful about it, and we really have to take care of our bodies because we only get one and we just can't act like we have a spare one in our closet. So it's just a message I just want to share with them because, again, um, making money is great. And I tell my producers that that's kind of what we're here to do. But what good is making money if we're not healthy and happy? So just wanted to share with you guys that my goal is for them because he's 46 when he passed away. He just had a little infection and his body couldn't fight it. It wasn't anything serious. Well, I don't know exactly the details, but he was just in a bad shape, and just everything happened so quickly. Very shocking, very sad. And I just want to share with my team that hey, let's take care of our body. It's not that hard. It's just eating right, getting enough sleep, and exercising. Because there's a lot of different ways that humans kind of flex on each other. It's the term that they use. I guess it's called showing off. Maybe animals do it too. Just animal instincts, I guess. And sometimes we do it with a watch, if you're a guy, or shoes with your girl, or purses, houses, cars. I told them that There's a lot of ways if you're a competitor to kind of show that you're doing well, or just ways to show off, I guess. And I just told him, hey, the biggest flex I believe is to be in great physical shape in your 40s and 50s, because your body is something that you just take with you wherever you go. Sometimes you may not have your watch on, you may not have your shoes on, or you may not have the car. They may not see you in your car, but your body is something that literally stays with you no matter where you go. So I just wanted to share with them that that's the biggest flex I believe. And that's just gonna not only make other people look at you a different way, but most importantly, make you believe and have self-worth and confidence that you had the discipline to take care of yourself. Because and it also goes back to business too, because if you're feeling great, then you're going to be doing better business wise, because any job requires tremendous amount of energy to be successful in it, and longevity too. So I just want to really have them have a long-term mindset that I really believe in, because I want them to not only um, be making money, but being also happy and healthy too. So these are the type of things I just really want to share with my team, because I do care about them, and I want us to have a successful team long term, and hopefully provide value in other ways besides just financial value. So just something that just came up in my life, and these are opportunities for me to help them in their life navigate through challenges, and having the right mindset. So just want to share with you guys, some of these meetings that I had with my team. That's what I talked about. But yeah, just that's what I wanted to let you guys know. So I guess to break it down, this meeting today with my team was all about, getting more referrals. It's going to be a team effort on my part and their part. Long-term visions, including having leaders at our agency and their responsibilities taking over some of my responsibilities right now, and that I'm looking for leaders and how they're going to be compensated. I gave them a little intro on that. And then three, let's take care of our bodies, because um, health is more important than anything. I can't think of anything. What good is money if we're in pain, not feeling well, fatigued, or even worse, disease? So just wanted to share that with you guys as well, because hopefully we have long, successful careers and relationships and lives ahead of us. So until next time, let's get it. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay hungry. See you guys. Bye.